Hey everybody, today I will be going over how much money I make every month in dividends and how I am achieving this. So far this year, I've made a little over $600 in dividends, and I'm going to be going over what I use to get these dividends, how much on average they pay me per month, and basically how you can do the same thing. So let's get into it. Before the video begins, make sure to subscribe if you haven't. I post stock market content like this every single day of the week. So first things first, you could see in my account, I have made just under $2,000 in returns this year. Now, just a little over 600 of that is from just dividends. So if you want to see the real returns here, you could see I did not buy a single stock until October of this year, and I was already up a little over 800 since then. So some of that is from bonds that I formerly had, some of that is from CDs that I had, but I did not buy any stocks until October of this year. And you could see I have been up $800 in October, so most of that is just from dividends. So here is the actual chart that shows the returns. So what we're looking here is the income returns. So you can see $25 in November, $81 in October, usually right around $40. You could see it steadily goes up a little bit. I was making right around 40 last December, and I was averaging right around 45 in the past months before I started putting my money more into stocks. So the reason this is lower here is because I do not have as much money in my money market anymore, as much of the money has gone into individual stocks and a mutual fund. Now, the mutual fund pays me dividends as well, which is what you're seeing here with the very large dividend in October of $81. That basically doubled what I was getting from my money market. So basically, just under 50 bucks, a little over 50 bucks on average a month, actually, including this one and going forward into the future per month income. And I'm going to break down now how I received that and basically explain how you guys can do that as well. So the first thing that I use to get dividends is the Vanguard Dividend Appreciation Index Fund. So you could see in their performance right here, they have a very, very solid long-term performance rate of over 10% per year, which is really what I'm looking for. This is kind of the cornerstone of my portfolio. And also, if I go down here to distributions, they pay a fairly nice quarterly dividend, which is pretty good. As you could see, 22 cents per share. And then it also gets reinvested every single month. So this is kind of the main thing that I use. And then the other thing I use is a mutual fund through Vanguard, which I will show here. And this is the other fund I use. This is just a money market fund, which essentially is just a fairly, or I should say, very low risk mutual fund that pays dividends every month, or not every month. Sorry, yes, is every month. And basically, you can see the yield here is right under 5%. It was over 5% last year. Now it's just under, but very decent yield per year. This is a yearly interest rate, by the way. So fairly solid dividend. It basically pays each share is $1, and it pays about a third of a cent per dollar. So overall, fairly decent. This is basically the other cornerstone of my portfolio. And now I'm going to get into some other things that I'm looking to invest in that I think will be paying very high solid dividends in the future. So the next thing I'm looking at investing in is YMAG. This is an option income ETF that has a very, very high yield and actually pays out. If we go down here to the distributions, it pays out weekly. So each share you get, which right now is just $20, it pays out a 16 to, looks like anywhere between 6 cents and upwards of 28 cents per share per dividend, or sorry, yeah, per share. So per share, you're getting this much every week, which I've never actually seen weekly ETFs before, but I saw this mentioned in a video I was watching earlier, which I will shout out that channel right here and really thank that guy for introducing me to this stuff. I never heard about this, but I'm very interested in getting into it. So, one thing to note is that it does have an expense ratio of over 1%, which is fairly high in terms of the ETF range. But at the same time, just based on where those payouts are, I think it basically pays for itself in the expense ratio after like a month, which is pretty interesting, at least to me. So what I'm going to do is actually put probably about $500 into each of these funds and basically just see how they perform week to week. And I'll update you guys on that probably next week in my portfolio update and just see how they're doing. So I have this, which I'm going to purchase, and then also a similar one, but I believe has a bit more a bit more of a reach into different holdings. So the last one was just the Magnificent Seven. This has 23 different holdings. So this will be my other investment. And I'm going to do probably 500 into each of them and just see how they perform on a week to week basis. And then I will update you guys on that. And again, thank you to that other channel which recommended this strategy. They are also trying this strategy themselves, and I highly recommend checking out their video on it. But that is all for me. So thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see everybody in the next video.